This is just a simple demonstration of what can be done with some of your hops data using Medius.Re. The platform is quite extensive, having opportunities to compare varieties, view documents, do analytics, look up trial data, perform evaluations, collect data from multiple sources, images, videos, and the more. But I'm just going to demonstrate really quick how you can find a list of varieties based on certain criteria. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Find Variety, and we're going to turn on Query. And what I'm going to do here is I'm first going to say I'm interested in finding a variety that is sweet. So I want an aroma for sweet that is, let's say, greater than 20%. And what this percent is when brewers were doing evaluations, 20% of the people said that it had a sweet aroma. So I'm going to also do, in addition to sweet, let's do tropical. And I'm going to be a little bit more picky here and say that I want at least 40% of the people to say that it had a tropical aroma. And then the last one that we're going to pick is, let's go with stone fruit. And we're going to say that we also want that one to be greater than 40%. So I get my list of results here based on those selections, and I have 4 varieties that match. Now, this is a limited variety set. I only added some of the data that was provided as a sample. Certainly, if you had a more extensive data set, this list could get longer. You could continue to add other attributes in here, such as looking for certain yield. If you wanted to look at certain oil percentages, you could do all of that as well, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to go ahead now and click on Compare. And what Compare is going to do for me is it's going to take those varieties that I had gotten back from my result list here, and it's going to pull all the information that it has for them for the year 2020, and it's going to lay it out for me side by side. So I can see all my lab results here. I can see what the results were from the brewer testing to be able to get a better understanding of how a variety is performing. And if there were multiple data sets that equated with this, I could click on any one of these values, and it's going to give me a list of all the detailed breakdown that make up that average. So if you had multiple years worth of data, if you had data across multiple sites, whether that's trial locations within a state, across states, across the country, etc., all that information would be available right here. So it's a really quick way to be able to find a set list of varieties and then be able to do a comparison to pick which one you might be interested in the most. Then let's say, for example, there was another variety that I knew about that I wanted to be able to compare to these varieties. I can just type in what I know of that variety and then select it from my list. So I'm going to go ahead and select this variety here for hops and add that to my list now for additional comparisons. So I can see that this new variety that I've selected is now available for me to compare to the ones that came back from the result set. A lot of flexibility. I can take varieties out. If I was no longer interested in a variety, we can remove that. So let's say I want to know more about a particular variety that we've filtered by. I can go ahead in here now and I can select this to pull up what's known as the variety summary. So variety summary, if there's pedigree information provided, that can be displayed here, where it's been tried. What we have here is featured image or multiple images. So if you had an image that represents that variety, very well, you can select that here. Or if you wanted to link to external data sheets or external websites or anything that you want to link to, you have that ability as well. You can see the high-level trial information, so all of the data that's available across the entire system for that variety. Or if you have a bunch of images associated with that variety, you can find all of those as well. So the system really helps you be able to pare down varieties in multiple different ways and then find out as much information as you can about that variety. Really helpful in analyzing large data sets across multiple locations and particularly across multiple years.